Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of WP the Podcast. I'm David Blackman.
And I'm Tim Streifler.
Today, in episode 826, we're going to talk about the fastest way to launch a website. Launching a website can be overwhelming. It can, if you don't know what you're doing and you've never built a website or launched one, you may not even know where to start. Well, obviously, Tim and I have been doing a WordPress podcast for, 826 episodes, a long time. And we're WordPress guys. So, WordPress can be a little bit more of a difficult, route to go. There's definitely a lot more work up front than there typically is in some of the other platforms, maybe like Wix or Weebly or Squarespace, which are tools that are going to have pre-made templates and stuff that you can get in, throw a website together really quick, and get something online fast. Well, you might be surprised to know that you can do the same thing with WordPress. And we're going to tell you how to do that today. I'll let Tim talk a little bit before we dive in.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those things with WordPress where a lot of times people think you have to go through all these long steps and design everything from scratch and everything, but you don't have to. You can actually get started really quickly. And so, David, do you want to go through kind of like checklist steps? Is that what you were thinking for this episode?
Not checklist, just an overall 30,000-foot view, because there's plenty of YouTube videos. I have some on my YouTube channel. Tim has some on his YouTube channels that, last year when the pandemic hit, um, I
2 years
knew
ago.
that, there were a lot of, a couple of years ago when, well, last year's when I did the videos, I guess I
Oh,
should,
yeah.
I should clarify. There were a lot of small businesses that were affected that didn't have a presence online, and they had to shut their doors because the government said you can't open. There's a pandemic. And they ended up losing a lot of business, and some businesses lost their business. So I wanted to educate them and help them get, a website up fast. And, kind of what Tim was alluding to, it is the way to do it. So I have some videos online that, I mean, you can get a website up. I think I did it in 10 minutes, a WordPress website from scratch. So yeah, I don't think we need to go through a step-by-step process, but maybe like a 30,000-foot overview, just kind of a lead into it. And so Tim, you're welcome to get us
Yeah.
started if you want.
Yeah. So the first thing you need with WordPress is you need to get a hosting account. And there's some awesome managed WordPress hosting companies. For example, DiviSpace Hosting is great because they're designed specifically for page builders, which, if I remember, David, you guys are actually rebranding to WP Zone Hosting, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Um,
it'll be WP Zone, but if you go to Divi Space Hosting, it'll get you there.
yeah. And then WP Engine or Flywheel is another option as well. I've been using them for years. And the reason why I say use a managed WordPress host is they're going to have all the tools you need to install WordPress directly through their hosting, which is a time saver. And then from there, we recommend using Divi. You can also use Gutenberg. Divi is what we use and love and what we recommend. And then within Divi, you can get yourself what's called a child theme, a premium Divi child theme, which is essentially a completed website template. So you can get some from Divi.space, you can get some from DiviLife.com. My company, DiviSpace, is David's company. And we have free and we also have premium ones. And with a child theme, you can easily import it and it's going to make it look just like the demo site. So then you're not designing anything from scratch. You can go and you can just change the content, change the text, change the images, put your logo on it or your client's logo. And you basically have like a map of how to build your site instead of trying to figure out how to pull everything together from a blank slate. And so
Yeah, and
that is the fastest way right there.
and it's huge, and you can do it yourself even with zero WordPress knowledge. But if you have like even a tiny little budget and you don't have the time to rebrand that child theme, which is by far the fastest way, a pre-designed template in essence. It's an entire website which will have everything you need to run a business online, everything from e-commerce to LMSs to membership sites. You can get pre-designed, pre-made websites. You can also hire a WordPress expert developer for pretty inexpensive to help you rebrand that. So the things that might be a little bit more difficult for you, like images and whatnot, to just make sure that it's all aligned properly without having to pay a developer to custom design a website for you. So it's quick, it's fast, it's easy, but it's definitely the fastest way that you can. Head on over to my YouTube channel, which is that's getting rebranded as well. It's the David Blackman's Digital Buddha YouTube channel. And I have like several videos on there that like step-by-step walkthrough on installing, how fast you can set up hosting a child theme, and boom, have a website online. And it's literally like within 10 minutes. That doesn't mean I rebranded it within 10 minutes. Let's clarify that. So yeah, it's pretty easy, and it's the fastest way to get a website online. Tomorrow we've got another great topic: the best non-page builder to use to build a website. Till tomorrow, we'll see you then.
Take care. Bye-bye.